Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters in Islam. And good evening, my brothers and sisters of different faiths. This is a good evening for us all. As something came up recently concerning the word bashing of the Muslims regarding the issue of the number 72, because 72 has been one of the bashing of Muslims today, which is they say that Muslims are being encouraged to kill themselves do the process of shahada, or they should go and hang themselves, commit what we call it suicide or self-suicider, to just because they want to achieve the 72 pure virgins. And this is one of the attacks Muslims have received from the beginning of or the spread of Islam to the Middle East, to the Europeans and other countries in the world, saying that Muslims are encouraged to fight, do kill, in order for them to get self-two virgins when they reach paradise that Allah has prepared for them, self-two virgins. And this is so mockery, like it's like a mockery for the Muslim, because as a Muslim, when someone hears that who is not conversant with the Quran might believe what they are saying and might be less faithful to his deen and might leave his religion just because he heard that Islam encourages um, killing and doing shahada in order to get self-two virgins, because the gratification of man is insatiable in terms of our sexual desires. And because of that, many of us today, because of our sexual desires, our worldly sexual desires, we have been developing our minds in order to grasp the idea of self-two virgins. Please, brothers and sisters, I would like to explain on that, because it's mentioned in the Quran, but not 72 virgins in number as they say. But there's some verses in the Quran which these people try to screw out in order to bring their point or opinion concerning the 72 virgins that the Muslims are being promised. Let's examine some three verses. One is found in Surah Al-Furqan, where Allah talks about said, after He has said He has promised them uh, the bread, the milk from the paradise, then He promised them Huraini. And the word Hur they refer to as maidens to them. Maidens, the word Hur. In another verse mentioned in Surah Ar-Rahman, when Allah says about the issue of the same Hur, He said, Hur maksurat fi khiyam. The maksurat, where this particularly Hur, they are being set aside in a pavilion for either the believers. And another verse mentioned in Surah Al-Waqi'ah, when Allah talks about, it says, وَكَذَلِكَ وَزَوَجْنَهُمْ بِحُورٍ عَيْنٍ. We marry them, that is Allah saying, in the day of judgment, when after you have entered paradise, we marry them to Hur Ain, the special Hur, the maidens. Now, the hadiths on that saying, because after the Quran, you see some tafsir, mufassirin, or traditional mufassirun, they came with the idea that these Huraini, they are self-two virgins. And so many hadith, like in Bukhari, also referred to the hadith from Abu Huraira, and also we find the hadith also from Abu Ma'ma, also the hadith in that of Zuhud, called the hadith of Zuhud. I also find many hadith also related also by Al-Atiq, and many of the hadiths found in Al-Uhi al-Hiyal Ulum al-Din by Ghazali, who recorded the issue that saying, and he put it so sweet when addressing the two virgins. Says that according to Imam Ghazali, that on the day of judgment, God will prepare the paradise and put around the paradise some beautiful women with no market. Now, when the man who wants them just go there and pick for himself and enjoy himself, it's like a prostitution ground. This is how some of them put it in the hadith. The hadiths are there. I'm not doubting those people who quote this, that the hadith is not there. The hadith is there, no doubt about that. But there's clarification on that. Before we correct that, let's examine the hadith. Because there's one hadith I will just bring out. Of all the hadiths mentioned in the issue of these 72 virgins, I would like to quote just a hadith from this great book called Sunan al-Majah. Sunnah bin Majah as a Sunan book, and it's one of the Sahih books of the Sunnah wal Jama'ah. With any Muslim, any Muslims who are the Sunni would believe in this hadith, and the hadith is Sahih. But not all hadith are Sahih, because it's written by human. It's not written by not Allah's revelation. It's a human collection. That's why we have to be very conscious when we talk about human collections. Talk about Allah's revelation. Think about the Quran. Yes, Sahih, Quran complete from Surah Al-Fatiha ila Nas. Sahih. But when it comes to the Hadith, there are some narrations that will not be accepted. Let's examine the Hadith and see its intents. The Hadith goes by saying, found in Hadith number 4337, it's narrated like as follows. حدثنا عن هشام ibn al-Khalid al-Harzaq Azraq أبو مروان الدمشقي. حدثنا الخليد بن يزيد ابن أبي مالك عن أبيه عن خليل عن خليل ابن معدان عن أبي عمامة قال said قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ما من أحد يدخله الله جنة, that no one will enter paradise except Allah who enters him, well, except إلا زوجة إلا زواجها الله زواجا, Allah will marry him to many women. The women are 72 women, زوجات. He continued by saying that he said يثنان عن حور عين, that these women that we enjoy from them, the women will be pure, clean women, maidens. I said two, but اثنين من الحور, two from the maidens, from the pure maidens, وسبعين من ميراثه من أهل النار, and the other 70 from his inheritance, that he inherited 70 among them in the people of hellfire. Those people that he inherited, he will still have sexual intercourse with them, but he will have two of the Huraini for himself. Now, when he had said the hadith, he continued with the hadith, said, Mami huna wahidata, there's no one among them illa wallaha kubul shayi, and walahu dhakaru la yutnani. Now the hadith goes this way. The meaning is that he said amongst those women that they will come from the high fire, their vagina, this is what it says. This is the word vagina there. Their vagina will be so sweet and delightful. And their penis, according to what it says, walahu dhakaru, their penis or their private organ for the man will be quickly flaccid and ready for actions. Now, please, brothers and sisters, I'm just surprised with the hadith found in Sunan and the Majah. This is one of the hadith. And according to what they said, Albani says that the hadith said it's sahih. But when we look at the hadith, let's see what Albani said. What the hadith reported, Sheikh Albani. وقال هشام بن حرير من ميراثه من أهل النار, والحديث من ميراثه حال يعني رجالا دخلوا نار, people will enter hellfire. Now, these people that are giving 70 of the inheritance, they will also enter hellfire. Then, it says, continue. فَوَرِثَ أَهْلُ جَنَّةً نِسَاءَهُمْ, the people of Jannah will inherit their own women. كَمَا وَرِثَ أَهْمْرَآتُ, then also the women of Fir'aun entered women. And according to the narration, according to Adban, he said, Ad-da'if jiddan. It's a very weak hadith. It's a very weak hadith. So this is one of the Sunan al-Majah. That's what Sunan al-Majah is one of the Sihah books of the Sunnah al-Jama'ah, which the Sunnah will believe in those hadiths. And according to Adbani, Sheikh Adbani, may peace be with him, he also said the hadith, he said, Da'if jiddan. It's a weak hadith from his own opinion. That means weak hadith is that having 72 virgins for what use? For what use, brothers and sisters? For what use? So we understand that the hadith is weak, brothers and sisters.